this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song by Lana Del Rey called West Coast. And it's really kind of cool. We'll end up kind of capoing this on second fret to kind of match the recording. We'll walk through a couple things in root position. And it does start off with this really cool guitar lick you can kind of hear that's kind of muted in the background, where you go second fret on the G string to fourth fret on the G string, and then we go to third fret on the B string, and then back to the G on the 4. Then we go back to the 2 on the G, and you might want to work some hammer-ons into that 4th fret. And then we go back to that 3rd fret on the B, and then back to the 4 on the G, and then 2nd on the G, and then 4th fret on the G. So we want to kind of play around with that line, actually kind of that A, B, D, B, A, B, D, B, A, B. It's kind of an idea, kind of working in the lead guitar part. And you can almost kind of hear where it's working a slide there too. If you want, instead of doing 3rd fret on the B string randomly, if you want to use the 7th fret on the G string for those G notes, and kind of make that all a G string, kind of get some slides in there too. You can definitely work it that way too. So you may want to kind of try that same line, but staying on just that one string is kind of an option. The chord that would kind of back that up though would start on an E minor chord. And actually there's a couple different ways you could kind of approach E minor. Normally first finger goes on the A 2nd fret, second finger on the D 2nd fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, which sounds really sad. Now randomly, if you lift off your 2nd finger and have just the 1st finger down, that's another way you can play E minor, is kind of an E minor 7. And that might actually kind of help if you're kind of thinking about bringing out those melody notes, to kind of have just that 1st finger down. Or you could even kind of try and do the E or the A and the D strings with the 1st finger, almost like a drone idea. So that way you can kind of work the chord around the licks. Or another couple of E minor options through the song. If you take the regular E minor and kind of add in the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, that sounds an E minor 7, so you want to kind of think about using that too. Or you could even kind of lift off the 3rd finger for a different voicing for E minor. So just adding in the high E on the 3rd fret. Randomly, if you wanted to even kind of take that note or a 3rd finger and kind of slide it down 1 fret, that would give you an E minor 9. So there's a lot of options actually to kind of say some things around that chord actually. And there's a couple of strumming options you may want to use through the tune. You could do just a down idea actually, especially if you're just starting out. That might be kind of a really cool way to kind of feel the rhythm on that. You know, that E minor 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, E minor 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, kind of an 8 down on each chord. Or there's a couple strumming options actually. One of my favorite strum patterns for a song like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. You could kind of work that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, 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 down. So you kind of work that for the intro. Or another strum pattern, what it really kind of feels like, is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot at the beat, right now we're kind of dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, up, down, up. Kind of a 1, 2, 1, 2, and that sounds an 8th note, or called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide it into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite strum patterns, or 16th strum patterns, is a long down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down. And what I mean by that is if you take the E minor and do a down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the 1st beat. Then on the 2nd beat, you do it down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 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 down. And then on the 3rd beat, you'd be doing it up on 2, down on 3. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you're going down, up, down, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So all together, you got down, 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 through the intro. can even kind of take the lick idea and then kind of try and work that around the strumming. Which can be very, very cool. Kind of experiment with those notes. And you may want to kind of kill that last E minor to kind of set ourselves up for the verse. And on our verse, we start on the E minor. And actually, hear that same kind of an idea actually kind of happening through the tune. Kind of that A to B, D, B, A, B. Oh, but then we kind of work it this way, kind of that B to the A note, and kind of stay on the A. And then we kind of do a pull off to the open G. It's kind of that main idea on the first part of the verse. So you kind of got the B, D, B, B, A, G. So what you may want to do is kind of follow those chords actually and kind of work the licks around them. And you'd be going from the E minor chord to a D major chord. When we play D major, first finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E 2nd fret, and third finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord that sounds really, really happy. Now around Ds in general, you can kind of lift off the 2nd finger, make that a D sus2, or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd for a D sus, and kind of work those, kind of say some things around D chords in general. Or randomly, another possibility for D that kind of turns up in my mind actually is a D add 4, where you could do first finger on the B string 1st fret, second finger on the D 4th fret, third finger on the A string on the 5th fret. You strum the A string to the high string. It's kind of a C shape. We'll talk about C in just a moment actually, but for now for D, so 3rd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret. And I call that D add 4, so it's kind of a C shape. If you want to kind of use that for some of the Ds through the tune, that might be kind of cool. And then from there, would be going to a C major chord. If you dig it on that shape, all you really have to do is slide it down the 1st fret, 2nd fret, and 3rd fret. That's called C major. It sounds really happy. Now, you may also want to think about lifting off the first finger while you're on C's in general, kind of C major 7. Or you could add in the pinky on the B string 3rd for the C major 9. Or another way to play C major 9 would be doing first finger on the D 2nd, second finger on the A 3rd, third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. Kind of working that for your C major 9. And through the verse, actually, we end up kind of repeating that progression kind of twice. Kind of that E minor, from there, at the very end, it's almost like a little pre-chorus where we kind of go a little bit quicker from the E minor to the D, and then we do a C, and then a D, and then end up back on our E minor chord. So you can kind of work that with the downs, and this is a little bit weird rhythmically. It's almost like kind of like 8 downs twice on each chord. Kind of that E minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, E minor, and it kind of be like doing it twice on each of those chords. E minor, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, D. Or you can do the down, up, down, up. It's kind of that same idea. You end up kind of doing it twice for each of those chords. And that last time you kind of have E minor, and then kind of C one time, D one time, and then E minor twice. Or you could feel it like the 16th, and then you have E minor, C. We may kind of try to add those licks around it. Your E minor idea, we got our D idea. Right at the end of the verse, actually, you'll kind of hear the stop time idea, and you'll hear this cool little lick where we kind of play the 4 on the G to the 2nd on the G, and then open G. So So it's kind of a little piece of that E minor lick. And then you hear this cool little bass lick come in where you can play third on the low E, third on the A, and then second on the A. It kind of leads us into our chorus part. So you got kind of that E minor, open, 3, 3, 2, to kind of lead into our chorus part. And on our chorus, we start on an A minor chord. We play A minor. First finger goes to the B on the first fret, second finger on the D second fret, and third finger on the G second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds like A minor chord. That sounds really, really sad. Now around A minors, it can be kind of cool to lift the first finger, make that an A sus2, or you could add in the pinky on the B string third for an A sus, kind of say some things around the A. Or you could lift off the third finger, make it an A minor 7, or you could add in the pinky on the high E third, make it an A minor 7. And then from that, or you could use an A7 sus, where you do first on the D second, second on the G second, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of work that finger out. And then from the A we go to a C, and then we go to our E minor chord, but then we'll go to a B minor chord. We play B minor. First finger goes across the entire first fret, second finger on the B string third fret, third finger on the D fourth fret, and the pinky on the G string fourth fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord. That sounds really sad. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the pinky and making that a B minor 7. Or you could take the first finger and go to the A string on the second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the high E second, kind of work that for your B minor 7. Or another possibility, if you're kind of digging on the C major 9 shape, you could do first on the A second, second on the G second, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. Let's strum the A string to the high E string, kind of dig on that for the B minor. So that way you can even work the A7 sus, the C major 9, to the E minor 7, kind of work your B minor voice. And then we'll be going back to C, and then do a D, and then you'll hear this cool little bass line come out at the very end of it where you can play open E, second on the low E for an F sharp note, third fret on the low E for a G note, and then we go to A string on the third fret for a C note. It's kind of the tag of that. So it's kind of open E, F sharp, G, C. And if you're going to back that up with chords, you could start on the E minor, but then you could go to a D, but you may want to kind of take the thumb and kind of add it down on the low E second fret, kind of make it a D slash F sharp or a D major with an F sharp in the bass. Or another option for that chord, fingering wise, you could do first finger on the low E second, second on the G second, third finger on the high E second, pinky on the B third. Kind of work that for your D slash F sharp or D with an F sharp in the bass. Or you could use a D sus slash F sharp, where you do first finger on the low E second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. Kind of work that for your D major, D sus slash F sharp, to help lead into the G, and then the C chord at the end. So that might be kind of a cool way to kind of work that. D minor, D slash F sharp, G, C is kind of that tag. And if you're to the down, down, up, it'd almost be like doing the whole pattern on all the chords until you get to the E minor at the end. You may want to do just a down, down, up on that D and the D slash, or E minor, D slash F sharp, G down, up, C down, up. Kind of working that as a halving thing. So we tried that through the chorus. You'd have the A minor, down, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, D minor, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, D minor, down, up, D slash F sharp, G, C. Although the feel actually kind of feels more like the 16th pattern. And you could kind of work almost that same idea halving wise for at the very end with the 16th idea, but you may want to try it as kind of a long down, down, down up strum pattern. So you'd have kind of the half pattern idea. A minor, C, E minor, C, D, E minor, D slash F sharp, D, C. Kind of dig on that. And then from there, we'll be repeating those parts through the rest of the song. Now the weird part is to play along with the recording, instead of starting on an E minor chord, they're starting on an F sharp minor chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on second fret, then now your E minor is really an F sharp minor, and your D is really an E major, and your C is really a D major, and the A minor chord is really a B minor chord, and your B B minor chord is really a C sharp minor chord, and the D sus slash F sharp is really a E major slash G sharp. But to take it from the very beginning, you may want to kind of work just those licks, actually, kind of that 2, 4, 3, 4. So you could even just kind of ride it out on just the lick if you're kind of digging on that. It's kind of the intro. Or you could kind of work that around the E minor chord, and you could do that with the downs. Or you could even kind of try and bring out the lick around that. Intro licks. Or you could try the down, down, up, kind of that same idea. Or you may have to adjust it a little bit. Might be kind of cool. Or you could work the 16th idea, kind of that E minor. That, which is very cool. So we're going to kind of play around with that and kind of find a way that works for you. And then from there, we'll be going into our verse idea. So we have kind of that E minor, E minor, E, C, or you can kind of try and throw those licks on that. Part. Or if you're kind of digging on the 16th idea, you have the E minor, kind of half that strum pattern between the C and D, kind of the down, 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 D, up, down, down, up, down, kind of dig on that. C, down, down, D, up, down, 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 to kind of lead into our chorus part. And then we tried that with our down, down, up, we'd have the A minor, C, on the 16th idea, you have the A minor, C, E minor, slash F sharp, G, C, kind of dig on that. And then from there, we'll be going back into our intro part. It's kind of like an intro return through that in. Now, one other thing I think about adding to the song, though, is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, the down, down, up, or the down, 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 up, down, you can throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the E minor, you'd have low E for the bass, down, up, down. On the D, you'd have the D for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. On the A minor, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the B minor, you'd have the A for the bass. And then on the D slash F sharp, you'd have the low E string for the bass. Regularly, you have the D string for the bass, unless you're doing the D add 4, in which case you have the A string for the bass on that chord too. So we tried our intro return with kind of a bass down, up, have the E minor, bass down, bass down, bass down, bass our 16th pattern, you could work that as a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, or bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, or bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, down, up. It can be kind of a cool way to work it. So you have the E minor. And then from there, we'll be going into our verse part. So we tried that with our bass, down, up, down, up. We have the E minor, dig it on the 16th with the basses. You got the E minor, there we'll be going into our chorus part. So we tried our chorus with a bass, down, up, down, up. We'd have the A minor, the A bass, C with the A bass, minor, the E bass, minor, the A bass, C with the A bass, D with the D bass. And you could work that line as kind of a bass, down, up, bass, down, up, bass, down, up, bass, down, up, bass, which is very, very cool. Kind of the E minor, the low E bass, E/F sharp, low E bass, G with the low E bass, with an A bass, for that tag part. Or if we tried that with our 16th pattern, you may want to work it as bass, down, down, up, or you could do the bass, bass, down, down, which would be very hip too. A minor, C, E minor, C, E minor, D/F sharp, G, C. But that's the basics of how you can strum through West Coast by Lana Del Rey. So good luck.